In this video, we will create this simple chair using Blender 3.3. Once we start Blender, we'll go to Scene Properties, select Units, and change the length from meters to centimeters. Click 7, A to select all, X, delete. Shift A, background image, and select the Blueprint Views image. Load background image. Now we'll add a box for dimension. Press Shift A, go to Mesh, Cube, change the align from View to World, or make sure it's World. Now we'll come to the dimensions of the box, and we'll change the dimensions or match them the way we see the dimensions on the picture. For X, it will be 27.50 centimeters, and for Y, it will be 28.60. For Z, 53.50 centimeters. Press Enter. Now select the image by clicking left mouse click, G, X, and move it to here. Then zoom in by moving the wheel, G, Y. Select the cube, press Tab to go from object mode to edit mode. Select this point, Shift S, cursor to selected. 7 to go to top view. Come here to transform pivot point and select 3D cursor. Move out from edit mode by clicking Tab. Now select the image by pressing the left mouse, S to scale it. You'll see that we are scaling based on the cursor. And now select the cube and click on this icon here, or Alt Z. Now select the image again and realign it. Now we need to move from top orthographic to front view, and we'll do that by pressing 1. Select the cube, go to Z, Ctrl C to copy, and move to location transform, paste the value here, divide it by 2, and the cube will sit on top of the surface. Number 7 again, to go to top view, select the image and go to object data properties, click perspective view. Now click the middle mouse wheel and you'll see the image on the perspective view. Press Shift D to copy the image, escape to leave it on place, R, X, and then type in 90 and press Enter. Move back to front view by pressing 1, G to move the image and align it to the cube. Zoom in to match it appropriately. Make sure we're aligned. G, Y. So move it till you are satisfied. Now hold down the middle mouse, Shift D, R, Z, minus 90 degrees, and press Enter. Control 3 to go to left orthographic. While the image is selected, press G, Y, and align it to the cube. Zoom in if you need to, and make sure it is aligned. G, Y. Zoom out. Now we have all the images ready to go. And to keep them in place, go to this icon here, and then enable selectable arrow, and then we deselect it here. Now we can't select them, so we will not be able to move the images. Now we have one last step before we start modeling. Press 7, select the image and go to Object Data Properties and remove the perspective because we don't want to see it in the perspective view. And we'll do this with the other one too, and the other one. But still, we can see it if we press 7 or 1 or Alt 3. But we will not see them in the perspective. Now time to modify the cube itself because we don't want to see it while modeling. So select the cube and then go to Object Properties, go to Viewport Display, change the display as to wire. Now we'll start modeling. So press 7 to go to top view, zoom in, Shift and right mouse click to bring the cursor here, and then Shift A, Mesh Plane zoom out, tab to go to edit mode, S to scale it down, and press the mouse to release it. Scale it down again. Now select these two vertices and go to snapping, vertex. Activate the active instead of closest. Now press G, Y, and hold the control button and move your mouse close to this point and they will snap. Let's select these two and do the same thing again. G, but this time X, click the control button and snap to this one too. So we'll select them, G, X, and move them to here. Select these two, move them here. Now select all of them, middle mouse click, G, Z, and hold the control button and move to this vertex here. By the way, they snap because if we select this box, we have these vertices, so we are aligning to them. Press tab, press E to extrude, control to snap, snap it to here. Now press A to select all, press 7 to go to top view, shift D, Y, and we'll align them. And now notice where the white dot is because it's the active selection or the active vertices in this case. So now G, Y, and it will snap here. Now deselect this by holding the control and left mouse click. Press 1 to go to front view, G, Z, and move it to here. Let's move closer by scrolling the wheel, G, Z, and align it to wherever you see fit. Let's start doing this one here. We can copy these vertices from here. Shift D, Z, and move them a little bit down. Press 1 and zoom in. Now if we scale them, they will scale closer to the cursor, and we don't want that. So escape, press here, bounding box center, and scale them by pressing S, X, and scale them a little bit to match the line. And now G, Z, move them down, E to extrude, Z to constrain the movement to Z, and control to snap to this vertex. Now press L while you're close to this vertex to select only this object, L, E to extrude, hold control, and snap it to this vertex here. Now we have one side of the chair. Go to modifiers and go to add modifier, add the mirror modifier. Now we'll need to move the origin, which is this dot, to the middle of the world, the 3D world, of course. Press Ctrl A. One way to do that is by applying the transforms. So apply all the transforms and it will come here. Now press 7 for top view. Press Shift S and go to cursor to world origin. So now the cursor is centered. Press Shift A, mesh, plane, zoom out. Press tab to go to edit mode. S to scale. Scale it down. 1 for front view. G, Z to move it up. To move it to here. G, Z again. Align it with this line. Press 7. Press this icon to go to transparent mode again. We'll do the snapping trick again. Select these two vertices, G, Y, and hold the control button. Snap them to here. Select these two, G, Y, and snap them to this vertex here. Select this side, G, X this time, and snap them here. And do the same thing here again. G, X, and control to snap. Move to front view, 1. Select all by pressing A, E to extrude, Z to constrain it to Z axis, and then align it to this line. Now we'll see where we are. As we can see, it is clipping or one object goes inside the other, and we don't want that, and we can fix it easily. So Control R, and then press the left mouse button and move it to this side, and Control to snap, and we'll snap to this one or this one. Control R, and we'll add a line here, and we'll snap it with, this time, escape GX, and snap it to this one. By the way, you can toggle the transparent mode by pressing Alt and Z. Now select this vertex and the other one, press X, delete vertices. Now select these vertices GX and move them to this side, X to delete the faces this time, to empty it from inside. Add modifier, if you're not there, it's here, that's the modifier properties. Add modifier, mirror, GX. As you can see, we can go through where the origin is. So if we press the clipping, it will not go beyond that. So GX, and you'll see it's stuck, it can't go through. And press the mouse button, left mouse button, to apply that. Now if we press G and X, we can't move it apart, which is good. Press Alt Z to toggle between the transparent and see-through or not. Press Alt 3, Alt Z, and we'll do this part now. Press Shift and right mouse button to move the cursor to this point. So where the cursor is, the new object will be. Shift A, mesh, plane, zoom out, tab to go to edit mode, S to scale it down. Now zoom in, scale it down more. Now select these two vertices, G, Y, and move them to this line here. And then zoom out, select these two, zoom in, G, Z, move them down, and then select these two, G, Y, and move them to here. Select them all. Now we want this object to be inside, so we'll snap it with this vertex, which is an inside one. G, X, press the control button to snap, E to extrude, and we'll snap the extrusion to this point. Control R to add a loop cut, press left mouse button and right mouse button to snap it to the center. Press edit to go to object mode. We want the origin to be at the center, so Control A, apply all the transforms. Now go back to edit mode by pressing Tab, Alt Z, select these, X, and delete vertices. Now press 1 to go to front mode, Control R, and move the mouse wheel till you have 3 cuts, and press left mouse click and then right mouse click to apply them. Alt Z, proportional editing, press on this icon here, or that one first, and I think we need this one, sphere, G, Z. Keep scrolling the mouse wheel until you're satisfied with the shape, or the, see, if it's too small, then you are not moving enough, and if it's too big, you're moving too much. So you'll have to keep scrolling till you find the happy spot. Left mouse click to apply. Now let's see. Move out of them from edit mode, click tab to go to object mode, add modifier, and add mirror modifier again. Press 1. Instead of creating that one from scratch, we'll copy this one. Alt Z. Now we want to select only this part of the object. So come to this vertex and press L. Shift D, escape to keep it in place. G, oh, we are in proportional editing, so click here to move out of proportional editing. G, Z, and now press P to separate the selection. Tab to move out of edit mode. Select this object only. Go back to edit mode. Press A to select all. R to rotate. Z to rotate on Z axis. -90. Control 3. G, Y, and move it to this side. Now it's in place. We'll make this vertex active by deselecting and reselecting, and then we'll snap it to this one or this one. G, X, and then Control to snap, and we'll snap to this one or this one. Now the mirror overlaps. Move out of edit mode, tab, deselect X and select Y. And now we're done.